King Grey has unrivaled strength, wealth, and prestige in a world governed by martial ability. However, solitude lingers closely behind those with great power. Beneath the glamorous exterior of a powerful king lurks the shell of man, devoid of purpose and will. Reincarnated into a new world filled with magic and monsters. The king has a second chance to relive his life. Correcting the mistakes of his past will not be his only challenge, however. Underneath the peace and prosperity of the new world is an undercurrent threatening to destroy everything he has worked for, questioning his role and reason for being born again. Navie Elitro was the empress perfect in every way, intelligent, courageous and socially fit. She was kind to her husband. Navie was perfectly pleased to live as the wise empress of the Eastern Empire for the rest of her days. That is, until her husband brought his mistress home and filed for divorce. Tensions are brewing under the seemingly calm surface of the Vasilios Empire, a kingdom ruled by the imperial family and the temple. Lady Medea Solon has lost her place next to Crown Prince Eros, but resolves to do whatever it will take to win back what's rightfully hers. Will she reclaim her throne? Mercenary enrollment. Yu Ijin was the sole survivor of a plane crash when he was little. After becoming a mercenary to survive for 10 years, he returns to his family in his hometown and begins to protect his sister. Zhu Yifan was a magic emperor, or could be called a demon emperor because he had an ancient emperor's book called the Book of the Nine Secrets. He was targeted by all the experts. And he was even betrayed and killed by his students. Then his soul enters and comes back to life in a family servant boy named Zhu Fan. Because some demonic magic is holding him back, he must unite the child's memories and cannot ignore the family and the mistress he serves. How can he lead this descending family back to the pinnacle of this continent? The moment I get a hold of those artifacts, it'll be the end for you. The start of vengeance for a wrongfully killed dungeon explorer and his artifacts. Dungeons attract the human mind, strengthens itself with the dead and uses bait and artifacts to lure more victims. The one who was killed by a ruse in a dungeon, Stech Atelier. Beyond the threshold of death, he was given a second chance. He begins his long journey to get his revenge. I'll be the matriarch in this life. Florentia is the illegitimate child of the richest family in the empire. She had thought that everything would go well in the future. But her father had passed away, her relatives left her at the doorsteps, and the honorable family she was so proud of was completely ruined. But is this real? She drank a little, a lot, and was hit by a carriage. When she opened her eyes again, she was 7 years old. Moreover, the second prince, who was the enemy of her family in her previous life, is following her around like a dog. Tia, you're prettier than me. Are you kidding me right now? No, I mean it. All right. Both the second prince and the family are mine. In this life, I'll have to become the overlord. See you in my 19th life. Jian Ban has an extraordinary ability. She can remember the memories of all her past lives. After her previous life is cut short by a tragic accident, she sets out to reconnect with the people of her past life in her current one. Will memories of her 18th life sabotage romance in her 19th? Or will love endure across different lives? Chronicles of Heavenly Demon. You emphasized harmony your whole life and this is how you go. The successor of the Spear Master sect and his apprentice Hyuk Woon Seong were framed of learning a forbidden demonic art and slayed a helpless and pitiful death by the hypocrites of the Orthodox sect. The moment Woon Seong faced his death, the artifact of the Spear Master sect emitted a light and gave him a new life. The life is number 900, a trainee of the demonic cult. The two identities, the Orthodox sect and the demonic cult. But his objective is one: vengeance. Accepting his destiny and remembering his grudge, Woon Seong trains in martial arts and his time of revenge slowly comes closer. Take over the demonic cult and punish the hypocrites of the Orthodox sect. The revenge story of number 900, Woon Seong growing in tasks of life and death. The webtoon version of author Il Hwang's popular wuxia novel, Chronicles of the Heavenly Demon. Solo leveling. 10 years ago, after the gate that connected the real world with the monster world opened, some of the ordinary, everyday people received the power to hunt monsters within the gate. They are known as hunters. However, not all hunters are powerful. My name is Sung Jin Woo, an E-rank hunter. I'm someone who has to risk his life in the lowliest of dungeons, the world's weakest. Having no skills whatsoever to display. I barely earned the required money by fighting in low-leveled dungeons, at least until I found a hidden dungeon with the hardest difficulty within the D-rank dungeons. In the end, as I was accepting death, I suddenly received a strange power, a quest log that only I could see, a secret to leveling up that only I know about. If I trained in accordance with my quests and hunted monsters, my level would rise. Changing from the weakest hunter to the strongest S-rank hunter.